shit. She's like, she's beating some of the younger people out there, man.
That's sometimes he's talking, they cut to the mom, and I get that feeling like she was like, shit, I'm winning this thing. If it comes down to me and you, it's not gonna be me.
Well, listen, that's the evil side of us, because I'm sitting up here talking about how nice it is seeing them work together, and all of us want to see them turn against each other. All right, I can't speak for everybody. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for the episode where y'all got to kill each other. Shit, I hope they put y'all in a gladiator match with each other. December 8th, that's a Friday. Going to be in the Red Room show at 10 p.m. So please get your tickets by going to BroadwayComedyClub.com or go to DoubleToastedNY.com. And it should take you to this page right here where you can get your tickets now. Double Toasted Live in Los Angeles is going to be Saturday, April 27th. Press that banner right there and it'll take you to X1Entertainment.com where you can see the tickets are available. Let's get on with our first order of business today. So everybody loved that Squid Game out there when it came out. And I understand why. I fell in love with it immediately. It was a very suspenseful show. You know, watching people dying, risking everything and dying in horrific ways for millions of dollars. It was very intense. Not listed as a horror show, but I was on the...
It's not?
No, it's not. It's not listed as a horror show for some reason. And I don't know why, because I was scared shitless watching this show every day, seeing how these people going to die.
It's got a huge body count.
I mean, piles.
Yeah.
Piles every episode. But no, it's not a horror show. But what really made this a critical success, I mean, it was a phenomenon, first of all, the pop culture, very much a pop culture hit. But what made it such a critical success was the commentary on class and wealth, elitism, capitalism. You know, it was considered to be not just a thriller, not just considered to be a horror show, if you want to say that. It was also considered to be very smart.
It was quite thought-provoking.
No, it was. It very much so was. So Netflix said that this show obviously is great. That's why we're showing it. But it's one problem that's going on with this show. It's too smart.
And it's Americans.
Yeah, those Koreans, they can go in there with all that egghead shit all they want to. Them and their smart messages and insightfulness. But, that's stupid Americans. No, man, we're going to strip that all out. Hey, take out all that intelligence right there. Take out all that insight, all that substance. Nobody want that shit up in here. Bring in that reality TV.
Man, there you go.
Camera crew, come on in.
Give us a good dose of dumb.
Yeah, man. That's what us Americans want
what
right
we really
there.
need is shallow characters.
Oh.
And not characters, but people.
But people, not actors. Just greedy-ass, normal people like you.
This is a savage game.
And I won't give up this.
Did you see that part? So this dude, that was funny. There was a dude who, I don't want to spoil anything. Let's just say that for something that he did, they brought in, with all these people in this room here, have been there for days, eating nasty old tin can food. They brought out some fries and 2 hamburgers for this guy, and they swarmed his ass like zombies. I'm surprised they didn't pull back and there was just a skeleton left with a tracksuit on. Yeah, it was, and I'm only mentioning that because that's in the trailer right there. No big spoilers.
Won't give up this dream.
Eliminated.
Okay. I guess they are killing people on this show. No, they don't. They don't. That's the thing about this. This is, in addition to taking out all the substance and intelligent commentary, they've also taken out the death in the show. Some people still, though, call this, they've been criticizing this show heavily. I don't look at reviews, but I mean, it's been out for a few days.
Yeah.
I can't help but see at least a score or something. So this is, from what I've seen, has been heavily criticized.
It has.
Yeah.
I've skimmed over, not read, but just seen the headlines on several articles of what's wrong with the new Squid Game. And this is why it sucks.
Yep. Now, I've been seeing that too. You can't help but see it at this point if you even just remotely reading about this. Some people have even gone so far as to call this offensive. And,
I can see that.
Yeah. Well, they're saying if not for a gross simulation of murder repeatedly on the show, just creatively, it's offensive. I would say this because I'm not letting any of these headlines or reviews or scores influence me whatsoever. I saw something before I went into the show, came out with my own opinion here, and I will say that, you know what, I see the arguments out there. I have some criticisms myself, but I think there's a certain way to go in and watch this where you can still be entertained. And that is if you watch this as a game show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's all it is now.
I feel completely the same way. I like I said, I skim the headlines on those articles, and watching it first, I can see like why everything that's wrong with it compared to the actual show.
Yeah.
And yet I found myself I only got to watch 1.5 episodes because I ran out of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, the real test is if I finish an episode and I want to see the next one. And when it got to that first episode, I was like, I want to see the next one.
Look, man, as much as I might have been holier than thou, holding my nose up to this at the end of every episode, I'm like, you goddamn right, I'm watching the next one. I can't wait. Let me tell y'all something. I came in one night at 2 a.m. and I was up until 6.
Oh shit!
Watching Squid Game, the challenge, because I was having a good time with it, or I at least had to find out what's going to happen with something.
That's the thing. To me, it is a series that, like, on my own, I'm not necessarily going to invest so much time into it, because I have my own thing with reality TV. Is like I'm always looking for, okay, what ways are the producers manipulating? Because there's so much manipulation that goes on.
Oh, a lot.
And what's happening where the producer said, it'd be great if you could say this, or if you could do this.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, at the end of the first episode, it left on the cliffhanger that made me go, shit, I got to find out what happens next.
This is the big thing about this. First of all, I just don't want to do a review with this. I want to talk about, is this offensive? Because that's what some people are saying. They're saying how, just this is wrong.
I mean, there's times where I wrote down in my notes, it came across kind of as like greed porn.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. But,
absolutely. Because with the Squid Game, the series, everybody was desperate. They were in dire straits.
Yeah.
Where it was like, man, this is what this society has done to these people, where they gotta get this money, and it makes sense that they would be willing to risk death for it. Here, it's like, I want to pay off my credit cards, and you go, you.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to live my dreams. I want to buy a house. I want to do it. Man, you ain't desperate.
Go
for shit.
work.
Yeah. No, it's y'all. Listen, it ain't no. Look, if you are an academic going in here and you looking for all the subtleties of the Squid Show series, it ain't there, okay? It ain't there. Go on somewhere else. It ain't there, right?
And some of the contestants, like, they're successful people, and like they try to be like, but I'm a sad rich guy. You don't understand. Like, I have millionaire needs.
Yeah, no, get out of here with that bullshit. It ain't there, all right? This is it's a game show with some cheap ass reality TV thrown in there, all right? That's what it is. But you know what? I'm kind of a shallow bitch too. And listen, I'm not saying that it's perfect, not at all. Because the thing is, you only saw the first episode, right?
The first episode and half of the second one.
Yeah, listen, creatively, I could see that probably being somewhat of an insult to the first show, if that's what you're looking at, because it is stripped down of everything that really made that show smart and intelligent and something that was worth watching for that. The character arcs that you had in that series, they were written so well. That's not here, man. You're getting you're getting Big Brother. Okay, that's it. You're getting the Price is Right with the Big Brother, something like that. That's it right here. But as a game show, when they're playing the games, you know what you're watching? You're just watching like. It's almost like watching just people almost as a gag just recreate the show just to see what it would be like in real life. Yeah. Just having fun doing that. This might as well be a bunch of kids playing Squid Game.
Right.
Netflix played their hand with this because there are some people who go in on this, and no matter how much you try to play up the reality TV drama, they just have some people in there who know exactly what it is that they're doing. Mm-hmm. And they reveal themselves that, man, you know what? I'm just here to have fun. Yeah. Like, there's been a couple of people and they had the right attitude. They were just kind of like, well, if I go home, I go home. But man, this was an experience of a lifetime. So it's like, all right, and these people, you don't feel really threatened for these people here.
Yeah. Nobody's actually dying. There's nobody, if they don't win, you go like, oh no. Like, you'll be fine.
Let me tell you this.
I say like, hey, the guy with his mom, they're having a good time. I enjoy watching them.
Well, that's the thing. See, first of all, there's a lot of things that work here to keep it entertaining. If you're just looking at this for entertainment, and there's nothing wrong. Okay, I don't care what you say. There's nothing wrong for looking at something just for shallow entertainment. Okay, it really is not. I like both the Squid Game and this. Okay, but but there are a few things that I actually respect that they did here, even as a reality TV show, because I was under the assumption, which is what I get for assuming, but I thought I was going to come in here and it was going to be like something that was just going to try to influence, not influence, but it's going to try to appeal to the influencer crowd, like 20-somethings and 30-somethings. I thought they were just going to have those kind of people who were competing. They have so many different age groups here, man. So many, they have people in their 50s, 60s, damn near 70s.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's an imbalance. I mean, it's a good mix of older people that are in there. They're not sitting up here saying, oh, look at the boomer. They're not doing that. There was like you were talking about, there's a mother and son team here, and they get some really nice moments. There's an older guy who's about 70 years old. He's a doctor. And man, he's like a hero to some of these people.
No, he's not a doctor. Well, there's one guy who is a doctor, but that old guy is not a doctor.
Oh, is he a therapist or something? He does something like that.
I forget exactly what his job was.
He's a physician or something.
No, he specifically says he doesn't like doctors.
That's right. That's right.
No, he said he doesn't, but he said because he knew doctors, like from what I got from it, I could be wrong. He was like saying that what I got from it is that he is a doctor or a physician, and he's worked with guys like that guy, and he says, I don't hang out with doctors like that.
Okay, I knew the other guy who they're talking about. He was a doctor.
He was a doctor. Yeah, they're saying he was a type of doctor.
Okay.
And what he was saying was, he says, because there's another doctor on there, and he's like, you know what? I know doctors like that in the field, and I don't hang out with assholes like that. So that's what he was saying. He is a doctor.
Because he associates himself with his hobbies.
Yeah, he was a doctor.
Okay. My mistake.
But they actually treat these people with respect, a lot of them, man. Now listen, they do that typical thing of, oh, this person's going to be a villain right here.
Yeah.
This person's going to be this type. This person's going to be that type. But they did treat a lot of other characters with respect, and they had like a lot of good moments with some of these people getting together and forming bonds and becoming friends. So it's not like they're just trying to the whole time create fake drama and make people hate each other. And if they do make them hate each other, it's Squid Game. That's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
They're supposed to mess with them and turn them against each other. And they do that a lot in there. And as the show goes on, they actually mess with these people more. They with these people, man, hard. And they do it more as the show goes on. It's kind of fun, but it also, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'll talk about it later in the review, that also becomes a problem, which happens with the episodes, at least with me. It happens with the episodes that you did not see, but you saw them.
Yeah, I watched everything.
I tell you, the cool thing about this being a reality show is how they put a twist on some of these games.
Yeah, they play with your expectations.
It's
that's good.
Yeah, it's just not a retread of a lot of the games that you see. Initially, it is like the red light, green light. Yeah, it plays out pretty much like the show, because they're trying to get people into the show right here.
Right. And man, I was watching that. I was like, man, if you lose on red light, green light, you ain't gonna make it through this.
Okay, thank you.
Because that's the easiest challenge in the whole. Like, okay, yeah, you got shot the first round. After that, you should goddamn know, stop early.
Yeah. That's what but the whole thing is everybody's looking at that finish line. Because if you don't make it to the finish line, then you get shot too.
Sure.
Yeah, but I was thinking the same thing. I was like, how hard is it to just listen and stop?
And stop.
When she's near the end of the song, slow your ass down. Yeah. Stop. But some people get greedy and they're just trying to get that close. And that's when they end up doing all this shit.
I did like the one girl who was like, why did I kneel?
Yeah.
Like she couldn't kneel for 2 minutes. She's like, fuck it.
Yeah, it was funny how they were trying to build tension around that. It's like, you're moving. I see you're moving. And then she falls down. They're like,
let's not get too much away, y'all.
But just talking about that one moment there.
But I will say that I like some of the new dynamics that they have here, because as Martin was talking about, they got a mother and son team here, and they are close, man. Talking about how much they really love participating in the games. They got each other's backs right here. It's something that you didn't see in the original show. They had some different relationships.
We had a husband and wife in the original show.
Yeah, but here, that's right. But here you got a mother and son, and that's one of the things about this being real, is that they don't play them up to be characters. Actually, they're pretty likable and down to earth people.
I have an extra person in this game, somebody I know I can trust, and I don't know if everybody's gonna have their mom in this game.
Shit, she's like, she's beating some of the younger people out there, man.
No, that's sometimes he's talking, they cut to the mom, and I get that feeling like she was like, shit, I'm winning this thing. If it comes down to me and you, it's not gonna be me.
Well, listen, that's the evil side of us, because I'm sitting up here talking about how nice it is seeing them work together, and all of us want to see them turn against each other. All right, I don't know, I can't speak for everybody. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for the episode where y'all got to kill each other. Shit, I hope they put y'all in a gladiator match with each other. Looking at these games and whatnot, and they change some of them, because you're right, they do change some of them to beat expectations. I will say though that watching that, it's a fun novelty. Watching them recreate all this, man, because they do a lot here.
And it is drawn out, and they still manage to hold your attention.
So they got the original creator to come in. He got paid anyway. So Netflix saying, you better bring your ass up in here. But they go into great detail to recreate everything that they, as much as they can, down to the detail of the original series.
Are you playing the game again?
No, bitch, you killed me, remember? Spoiler alert. He was like, yeah. What the fuck you think? That was my ghost here right now.
I came to check all the sets before you. It's about the set. Look at those beds. Exactly same like our set. Can you imagine they live here for like...
Yeah, and then it's true, man. I was looking at it, I was like, damn, they put every detail in there. And that's why they got to go in and not just play against our expectations, but everybody in there seen this show.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because when they first show up, they're like, oh, it's just like the show.
Yeah, no, they are. It's
yeah, and that's one of the things within the show, when they got to the cookie challenge, everybody's like, what the do we do? But here everybody's like, all right, everybody know what to do, right?
Yep. They did exactly what they saw on the show, man.
I liked how they played that out. They add another twist to it that made it enjoyable, and
Yes.
they really put you in that point of view of people who've seen it and how you would act. They play it out.
Yeah, again, they just put an extra level of just messing with.
Oh,
these
you
people.
mean like when it comes to choosing which shape?
Yeah,
man. That dude that gave it up, I was like, man, come on.
I could have watched them for hours dispute those things, just eliminating people
That
from
last
that.
dude, I was like,
we don't want to tell nobody.
I don't want to say anything, but I was like, God damn, man.
Yeah. Somebody said them cookies taste horrible. Somebody was like, no, this is good. I would just wonder why nobody ate the cookie after they finished, man,
Shit, the nerves.
Yeah, that's true. Because everybody's, people's hands were just shaking.
People who even had the simple shapes were like, oh, Jesus. Like, it's a circle, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Worry about the star and the umbrella.
Y'all have been. Martin waited on me today. He waited on me to finish eating my food. We were running a little behind. And he just said, take your time, man. He said, do not rush on account of me or anybody else. Meanwhile, Julian was just sitting up here like, mother.
I didn't know he was up here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd have said, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
But I'm just saying that because I ain't gonna mess with y'all today. Y'all wait on me, so I'm gonna let y'all know right now. We have a word from our sponsor.
Okay.
Ray. No crazy segues.
Okay.
Nothing to make y'all mad today.
There's no challenge to
There's
get
no,
to this.
there's no challenge right here. No.
He starts handing out tins.
I'm not going to challenge you with my segue today,
I'm not gonna
man.
get shot.
No. Well, we'll see. If you play right, maybe so. Yeah, if you say something that messes Ad up, I might have a gun right under here, ready to pop your ass. But people, you know what? The holidays are officially here. Now, Thanksgiving is done. For all of y'all was sitting around who were, waiting to finish eating turkey and waiting for Thanksgiving to be done, thinking that, this is the easy moment. But once that's done,
It's over.
it's over. Now I gotta go out there, and I hate shopping for the people that I love, but I gotta do it. Well, you know what? There's a place where that's gonna change. You're gonna love shopping for the people that you love out there because of a place called Uncommon Goods. I want to thank Uncommon Goods for coming in and supporting this portion of the show, sponsoring this portion of the show. And here's the thing about Uncommon Goods. The reason why I feel so good shopping over there is because, listen, when you're out there shopping at, all the Black Friday sales, you shopping all the chains and all the corporate places and whatnot, there's no character to it. There's no personality behind it. It just feels so empty when you're doing that. And plus, chances are you're going to give somebody something that you just give to anybody else. They might already have one. And ain't nothing worse than opening up something that somebody already gave you in the first place. But that's not going to happen with Uncommon Goods. And I'm going to tell you why. Because here at Uncommon Goods, you have items where you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And all these things, these products, they're made in very small batches. So there's a chance that you're only going to be giving one of just a few, very few items out there, which is a very original gift that you're going to be giving to people. So now that I'm telling you all this, you might want to get on this now before all of them are gone, because there's only a few of them left right there. See something you like right now? Get on it, y'all. Get on it before I finish this ad. Get on it. Get on it now. But some of you might want to wait, because I got something special for you. But Uncommon Goods, they go out and look for products, high quality products. Most of them are handmade, and they're handmade right here in the US. And because they are in small batches, not only are you giving somebody something original, but that just has more meaning behind it. And you can get anything from jewelry, you can get anything from stuff for the kids, toys, stuff for your home. I don't know, for all you drinkers out there. Look, Martin's already licking his lips. Ooh, you got something for me? Yeah, they got like little drinking kits where you can make something like your own old fashioned or things like that, man. You know, they got something for everybody out there. You know what? While you're gifting your loved one or your friend or whatever, I bet you didn't even know that you're also gifting something else out there. Because at Uncommon Goods, when you get something, they give $1 back to the nonprofit partner of your choice. Not theirs, yours. And they've donated more than $2.5 million to date. So this is a win-win all around. You're getting something original. You're getting something that means something. You're getting something that's making you feel good because it's not some big corporate gift. And you're giving back to some nonprofit out there. I mean, if that's not good enough, I don't know. Wow, still not good enough. Boy, y'all are something else. Y'all are something else. All right, how about this? 15% off your next gift. How about that? All you got to do is go to uncommongoods.com/toasted. That's it. I ain't got no more. You're getting greedy now. Now it's up to you to go out there and start giving to somebody else. And I want to thank Uncommon Goods for sponsoring this portion of the show. You go over there. The only thing that you're not going to find over there, Martin, Julian, common. They're all out of common over there. No more. I also want to thank all of you out there for your support. So, as I said, all of this is great. It's a fun novelty at first, but I'm gonna tell you something. The weaknesses of taking out all that substance from the show, all the commentary about wealth and capitalism and being the elite and all that kind of stuff, taking that out from the series, or this series right here, not having it there, it really starts to show as a weak part for me. I don't know how you feel about it.
No, I agree. Yeah, I think that it holds it back at points from having tension.
Well, yeah, no, it you know what it does, and the thing is that, okay, so it's episode 3 where things actually start to the cracks start to show in this.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I was going to say that's where I actually felt like there was some tension. Like they try to make there be tension early on, but when it got to the 3rd episode, I was like, okay, finally, there's a little bit of something.
Well, you know what?
Well, okay, I don't know what happens later, but I can say even by the 2nd episode where people are crying and almost having breakdowns,
yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
But I think
that's not that serious.
That's classic, editing from for reality shows where it's probably like, someone probably missed their family. Like I had that written down where it's like someone saying yes could turn into I love you, man. There's stuff like that they
also do. You get into this whole thing where people are this, they're there. They've been there for days. They're not doing anything else. And they just become so invested in this and where they, emotionally invested, not only in the prize, but with the people that they're there with. And then they just have this whole thing of like, I made it this far. Oh, I think I can do it. And then when they get taken out, and not only that, but taken out in some really shitty way, they start crying.
That I get. But it was other scenarios, which I won't go into. I don't want to spoil anything, where they were crying. I was like, fuck, man, come on.
Oh yeah, they start, and see, this is a problem. I'll tell you why that's a problem, because they start manufacturing drama then. They do with reality TV.
And that's what I was wondering, if that's what you're going to touch on.
Well, that's exactly what happens. And in episode 3, it starts to show, because they take one of the games out, and you're going to probably guess what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they show it in the trailer. But they take one of the games out and replace it with another game, because first of all, lawsuit. Okay, it's like if the game if they had kept this one particular game in, it's too risky for injuries.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It ain't no way.
From based on the TV series, yeah.
Yeah, it ain't no way that they could do that and not somebody get hurt and get sued. I mean, the show's already getting sued.
Right,
just because
that.
they felt like they didn't have any like good healthy conditions for them. With Netflix, it's like, yeah, we did. But anyway, but also the other game that they got, I can tell you, man, they also replaced it with that. They got rid of that other game and replaced it with this because this game is better for TV, for a game show type TV.
Okay,
and but
I thought that was one of the highlights so far.
So you know what? I feel yes and no about it.
Okay.
Because I think you were 100% right. That game that they have right there, it is so suspenseful, man.
Yeah.
It really, they created some of the most suspenseful moments with this particular game.
Yeah,
however, the problem is the game ain't fair. And the reason why I say that is because most of the game is most of the team just standing around. Like that, like the participants, they got nothing to do. They either lucky or unlucky. They don't have they have no there's no challenge for them.
Oh,
because I mean, they're not active participants. All they can do is just sit up there and just wait, either to die or not die.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, that's where. Again, that's good for creating suspense, but where is the challenge for most of these people? And that's and I thought, okay, you know what? You're doing what's best for television. I can let it go because you're right. 100% right, I think. It was one of the most suspenseful parts of the show.
Yeah, that was the only part where I was like, okay, I'm kind of invested. There's some tension here. But on the other hand, yeah, like a lot of people, they end up just having their hands tied. And it's up to like someone else's, or their fate is up to someone else.
Yeah, it was really, man, seriously, watching it was just kind of like, wow. Also, it's one of the parts of the show where you root the most and also cheer the most for whoever wins because of how they set that up. Okay. So, all right, I get it. You set it up for television. You knew what you were doing by that. However, by episode 4 and 5, by this point, man, they just filling time.
Yeah, it slows down a lot.
Yeah.
You could almost argue that it comes to a halt, but they find a way to spin the wheels.
And you know how they find a way to spin the wheels? I think they do that because
drama.
Yes, sir. Yes, 100. Yes, 100%. You're exactly right, man. They have where the show had story, where they had character arcs. They wrote great subplots for these characters. We ain't got that here.
Yeah.
So what do? They just, to make up for the lack of story, they just start doing more reality TV drama. They just start, and this is where you can see them just really pushing it and making it up. This is where they really just start contestants, and it's funny, but they're just doing it because we need to turn them against each other because we got to create drama right now. And, and we literally see Netflix or the producers or whoever going in and causing shit, man. And sometimes it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's hilarious. Like it's funny to see. What's even funnier is to see them set it up and see people play themselves, like they slick. You know that? You remember the dude? I ain't gonna say nothing. You remember they brought out a certain prop and everybody kept telling this dude, "Don't do this, man."
Yeah.
And one dude was just like, "No, I'm gunning for somebody, man." We literally see them manufacturing drama. I
wanted to ask you about some of that though, and I didn't want to be the first one to say it, but some of the editing, did it look like they were portraying like some strange groups, maybe groups that you'd see in prison? Like the editing did a weird thing with the race for me. I'll throw it out there.
You know what? I mean, they do keep it diverse, but listen,
definitely,
it's not a secret that in a lot of social settings, people are going to probably be drawn to people their race.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was Netflix that did. I think that was natural.
Oh, absolutely. But through the editing and how they emphasize certain things, I was like, man, like the two white people coming together and then getting mad at the one brown guy. It's like, oh, that kind of looked a little weird.
I didn't see, because everybody hated that brown dude, even brown people. Black people hated that dude the most, man.
For sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'll have to watch it again and maybe it's there.
Yeah, it was just something I noticed. I was like, that looks a little bit strange. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, and then, no, I don't know. I didn't think they were like, yeah, I'm going to get that. No, I didn't.
No, it wasn't that aggressive with it, but there were moments, man, where like they cut back and forth between like a group of white people and a group of black people, and I was like,
but I do think you're right. It's like, you see how gangs form in certain social circles or social settings in prison,
because they are in a prison.
Yeah, they were forming factions, So on the one hand, I see them manufacturing drama. Because, like I said, it's appropriate for the Squid Game. That's what Squid Game's going to do, man.
Right.
And they did it in the show.
And some of the people, they play themselves, man. Like, they say, like, oh, I'm this type of person. And then they casually throw something out. It's like, man, you are full of shit.
No, completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's just not as fun as the games.
No,
Of course.
Because at that point, you really are watching any other reality TV show.
Yeah,
You're watching Big Brother at this point.
Yeah.
You're watching what's that island show, whatever,
Survivor.
Survivor. Yeah, you're watching Survivor. It's the same kind of thing that's happening, man. And we see manufactured reality TV all the time. The games is where the creativity lied in this. This seeing them recreate that. That's where this felt more like a fun game show. The silliest thing in here to me, and it's just me, man. Because I just didn't see the point. Maybe just something like this doesn't bother me, but maybe it bothers other people. But it was when, recreating some of these games here, they had to recreate them right down to the deaths. This is trying to find the one where they were actually killing people, because you saw in the trailer.
Yeah, they show the squibs popping.
Yeah, they showed the squids popping on people, man.
With that invisible ink appearing through their shirt.
Yeah. It's like, you saw in the trailer, you saw that so to make it really that authentic, they request that people actually die, even when you're not dying. That woman had me laughing, man. They request that people fall over and act like they're dead when they get shot. And all right, so these are fake deaths. When someone loses and dies, they actually have to, they actually have to go like, ugh, drop over. But to make it not look too real, they use black ink. I use like invisible ink instead of like something that looks too much like real blood.
How do we show death in Squid Game Challenge? We built a simulator, a bit of software that we could simulate 456 people and then start to bring in real people.
So very intricate system they had in place. I admire that, man.
That they totally got from Mr. Beast.
Did they?
Yeah. I don't know about the motion movement thing, but Mr. Beast, when he recreated this, I was going to bring it up eventually, he also squibbed the people.
Oh, but the system they didn't get from him.
No.
No, that system that they have right there is amazing. It blew my mind. But why are you using black? You still acting like you're murdering people.
Yeah.
You're still asking people to die. And I would understand like if this was a real family-friendly show, but it's not.
It's not, yeah.
There's people cursing. This is like, it's still skewing towards a more adult audience. I'm just kind of like, and now you just insulted my intelligence. If I sit up here with
I was
black
okay
ink.
with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something where it bothered me watching the show, but I just kind of like, this looks ridiculous. I couldn't look at it and stop laughing when I saw it. And maybe that's the point. But, I still enjoy some things about this, man. I couldn't wait to see what happened. And let me just say this as my last point. One of the things that really kept me coming back, and to this show's credit, and to this being a reality TV show, and being a reality TV show, this is probably what was working for it. You are not going to be able to guess who's going to make it and who's not going to make it. I would say that's one of the strongest things about this. And they're very good. Now, you talk about the editing. They're very good with the editing and actually formatting the show, because they have some people come on here and they are talking like they're going to be the stars. Mm-hmm. They have people come up here telling these sad life stories like this is going to be their show, and they are gone the next scene.
I was impressed that one of the first people they have doing the confessional was taken out. I was like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah, and they build people up like this is your story.
See, that was obvious to me. I was like, yeah, all right, let's see it. I don't think you're going to be around long, lady, but okay.
But they have like the villain, and they have all these characters they create and whatnot, and that's cool. Maybe some of these people make it, maybe some of them won't. But I can tell you, you are on edge. Because they set it up very quickly that, hey, no matter how much we praise people, no matter how much we set them up and feel sorry for them, they could be gone in a minute. And so that was kind of cool.
Well, they seem to have several people they presented as, oh, these are the villains.
Yeah.
And then when somebody gets a chance to eliminate, they don't pick them. They pick somebody where you're like, Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, I guess.
But yeah, you're not going to be able to, I'll tell you right now, when you watch this, you're not going to be able to tell who dies and who doesn't.
Yeah, some of them, they do keep you guessing.
So, I'll tell you, man, I still want to see what happens, no matter how much I'm criticizing this. I'm in it. I'm having fun with it. The next episode that they have, which is, the one when they have next season or whenever that was coming up, because they only have 5 episodes
Well,
now.
this is the first half. I think next week or something, they're going to drop more episodes.
Oh, they
I don't
are?
know. Yeah, I don't know
they,
how.
They show some date in December.
Yeah, like
will.
29th
okay.
or something.
Well, I can't wait for the next one, man, because in the next one, they really people good.
Yeah.
they ended on a good cliffhanger, man. At this point, I'm having fun with it, but big points off for having just 2 big filler episodes, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's really obvious that they got when they don't have anything going on, they have nothing going on, man.
Do you guys feel like people could skip those 2 episodes?
No.
No.
Okay.
That's when the shit hits the fan.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but you have to watch.
And they're fun watches. Even though it does slow down, there is things about it that are enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah. For now, it's probably a high rental for me. I had a lot of fun with it, but 2 episodes, that's pretty big, man, for them to just really have nothing but filler going on. But when it's hidden, man, and it's fun, it's a lot of fun.
I thought it was just a hair over some bullshit. I would give this a stinky rental. It's fun to watch, but
A stinky rental, I like that.
Yeah, that's what I gave Five Nights at Freddy's. It kind of stinks, but there's fun to be had with it. And I don't think that it is even close to as smart as the show that it's based on, but it's an interesting experiment. And I'll say this, I think Mr. Beast did it way better. He
Really?
did the whole thing in a half hour.
Netflix has to stretch this out. I understand the TV reality thing because you want to you start wanting to create characters like you have on the show, even if they aren't real characters. Are there real people here? But man, I would have made this more like a game show. I just would have created Mr. Beast did.
That's what he does too.
Yeah.
And they implement some stuff from other game show things that he's did. Mr. Beast did a thing where it was ages 1 to 100 or something. And they're all competing who can stay in the room the longest. And I thought that this Squid Game's a Challenge had a little bit of that in there.
That's good. Yeah, I just would have come down to just playing the games. But hey, I get what they're trying to do. Anyway, it's watchable. It's not. I don't think it's that bad. But yeah, when you have that's the problem with having something that's not only good but amazing. As your basis.
Yeah.
It's it's just, even if
you're going to get those comparisons.
Yeah, you're going to get those comparisons, and apparently those comparisons bring out the weaknesses even more.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you ain't got nothing else to do, go watch Squid Game, the challenge.
It definitely made me appreciate the original series way more.
Yeah.